सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ऑटोनिटी यूट्यूब चैनल को और प्रेस कीजिए बेल आइकन को लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी वीडियोस को सबसे पहले देखने के लिए। नमस्कार दोस्तों, you are watching Autonity YouTube channel. I am Siddharth and a very warm welcome to all of you. Once again, I am here with a new topic, India's top 9 defense-based tech startups. The Indian startup ecosystem has been witnessing a new trend from last couple of years. Innovation, which was somewhere lost in a sea of repetitiveness, is now seeing a comeback in the Indian ecosystem. After marking a mark in a sector like e-commerce, fintech and AI, etc., the Indian startup ecosystem is all set to take the defense sector by storm with its innovative out-of-the-box ideas. It is important to note that till a few years ago, the Indian defense sector was an exclusive club of large-cap companies, but thanks India's startup revolution in last one decade, a lot of small startup entering into the defense sector. While not only is the Indian startup sector finally looking at the defense sector, the latter is also warming up to the ideas of inducting latest technologies and gadgets in order to be at the same level as other countries. Recently, we reported that the National Security Guard (NSG), which is an Indian Special Forces unit under Ministry of Home Affairs (MHA), decided to induct some of the smart gadgets and arms being used by SWAT teams and special forces all over the world based on experience it has had in preventing terror attacks and hostage situations in closed urban spaces. So now let's talk about top 9 defense-based tech startup in India. A spin-out of Sanofi Corporation and Stanford Research International, Tongbo Imaging has a research experience on a range of battlefield modernization technologies, immersive surveillance and strategic electronics for military applications. The company principals and management have global experience being principal investigators for defense and aerospace programs. The startup design, build and deploys advanced imaging and sensor systems to sense, understand and control complex environments. It offers a suite of solutions that address critical market needs in military reconnaissance, critical infrastructure security, and transportation safety. The company's offering consists of sophisticated imaging product, custom design application, and intellectual property cores that can be licensed by OEMs and system integrators. IdeaForge, the Navi Mumbai-based startup, is a brainchild of 3 IITians. It offers services only to the defense research and development organization, paramilitary and security forces. Their clients include National Security Guard, Indo-Tibetan Border Police, National Disaster Response Force and Delhi Police. Netra, which is a flagship product of IdeaForge, has been developed by a company in a collaboration with DRDO, Ministry of Defense, India. It is a man-portable unmanned aerial vehicle which can be launched from a small clearing by a roadside and made to fly over the area of interest up to a height of 400 meters. It is capable of sending continuous real-time video of every movement on ground of people, vehicle or any movement without anybody knowing that they are being seen. Adya Aerospace. The word Adya in Sanskrit refers to the original or first power from which all the 5 elements or senses originated. True to its name, Adya strives to achieve greatness in all things related to aeronautics, space and defense, engineering and technological solutions. Founded in 2016, Adya manufactures and develops electronic mechanical actuators, control actuation system and electronic optics system for missile and launch vehicles, and all adheres to Indian Ministry of Defense Procurement Policy 2016 DPP. The startup also runs a Center of Excellence in Design, Engineering, Integration and Testing to develop mechanical, mission, critical aerospace and defense systems. CM Enviro Systems. The company claimed to be the fastest growing environmental test chamber manufacturers in the world. Over the years, CM Enviro Systems has gained a reputation of being among the most reliable global manufacturers of environment test chamber by providing testing solution to the aerospace, automobile, electrical, electronics and defense industries. The company has been already created customized test chamber to test equipments of various famous projects like Agni. It is also into providing chamber that help the defense forces in testing various weapons in extreme condition of Siachen and Thar. Ceron System. Founded with a vision of pushing the borders with IoT, Ceron System is a disruptive startup within the multi-billion-dollar border defense space that is developing state-of-art intrusion detection system. These systems developed by the startup implement the latest IoT technologies and designed at the fraction of cost of other leading products in that space. The deep tech company is focused on deploying cutting-edge solutions for border security. The company has already bagged orders for the Border Security Force and the Indian Army to install its product to secure the international borders, as well as the parameter of sensitive installation like army camps, airports, etc. Some of its solution has been adapted for commercial market. Earlier this year, the startup was in the news for raising funds from India's premier early stage investors, Yournest. Aurora Integrated Systems. Supported and funded by the Tata Group, the startup is into developing indigenous technology manufacturing and integrating state-of-art airborne systems with a focus on small unmanned aerial systems. By tailoring its systems to meet requirements ranging from wartime operations to counter terrorism and anti-insurgency operations, the startup aims to continue serving the needs of armed forces and peacekeeping forces. The startup constantly innovates in order to get a better understanding of requirements of safeguarding borders and securing homeland. It is the first company in the country that is developing UAV technology without any foreign assistance whatsoever. The particular factor is not only a factor of pride for a startup, but it allows a company to pass on the economic benefits to its customers. Axio Biosolutions. A medtech company focused on advanced wound care product, the startup is the producer of the first hemostat emergency dressing in India called Axiostat. The life-saving innovations is now being used by emergency service providers such as ambulances, by defense personnel such as the Indian military, and by numerous trauma and casualty care centers in hospitals. Time Tooth Technologies. Time Tooth Technologies is an engineering solution company conceived with the aim of developing a new product that stretches the envelope of functional performance. The firm is currently making into landing gears India's own unmanned aerial vehicle or drone called Rustom 2. The 30-member company has been completely involved in designing, development and manufacturing of landing gears. The drone will be used by India's defense forces for long-range and high-altitude surveillance. VisXpert, a technology startup in the visual computing field, VisXpert is in a developing complex turnkey solution that simplify data to decision transformation at various organizations. In 2014, the startup digital sand model technology was introduced by Army for real-time operation planning, enabling fast and critical decision making. The digital sand model is basically a revolutionary solution for operation planning, mission briefing, and training for the Indian paramilitary, police, and the armed forces. Another VisXpert service being used by the Indian Army is GeoRbis. It is a 3D geospatial platform that helps the Army in real-time operation planning and enable faster and critical decision making. The platform is equipped with a various interaction devices, software, and terrain data to plan the operation in real time. So guys, these are some of the startups which will help our army to modernize. I hope you all like our video, and if you really like it, then like, subscribe and share with your friends. If you have any kind of suggestions, so please feel free to share with us in comments. Thank you. Jai Hind.